pleasant good afternoon, friends, and welcome to the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Games here on SHN Sports. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my good friends Michael Francis, Chuck Tracy down in the dugout, alongside our camera operators today, Mickey Holden, Wally Harmon, Nathan Height helping us as well. We will stand by for our country's national anthem. We'll be right back here on SHN Sports. A beautiful playing of our country's national anthem. Mike, a little bit more of a casual broadcast today as we get to step back and have a little bit of fun here today, as this is the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Games. We are honored and blessed to be here. What a great day for baseball, as we will see some of the best here from all over the Lone Star State in the 2A, 3A, and 4A classifications here on this first game. Good to be here, buddy.
It is good to be here. I've been excited about this all week long, Rob. The opportunity to be here at the Dell and get to watch some baseball from some outstanding players from all over the state, as you mentioned. And a beautiful day for baseball. As Mark Holtz would say, it's baseball time in Texas. As we're about to get started here at the Dell.
You know, I thought after last week when we covered the Georgetown state championship game, they lost that game to a very tough Colleyville Heritage team. I thought, hey, we would be done with baseball here on SHN Sports. But then we got the call from the THSBCA to be here today. And I said, man, I'm not going to complain about being here at the Dell Diamond back-to-back weekends. Again, a beautiful day. A little bit hot out here last week. The temperature and the heat index was around 110 degrees. I don't think it's going to be quite as hot, but still a little bit humid. But nonetheless, a great afternoon for baseball here in Round Rock, Texas, Michael.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. They're about to get started here shortly. And baseball will be on one more time, probably the last breath of high school baseball outside of the summer baseball programs that a lot of programs have throughout the state.
Well, for us, it's going to be fun today trying to make sure that we get everything taken care of. You know, these all-star games, the kids wearing their respective jerseys from their own teams. So you're going to have to bear with us if we get some of the names wrong. We just got roster information, or we had roster information. We just got that lineup information literally about 5 minutes ago, so didn't have a lot of time to really sit here and fill up these rosters. But, again, thanks for joining us. As you will see, some of the best here in Central Texas, or actually from all over the Lone Star State here this afternoon. Chuck Tracy down in the dugouts as well. Chuck, I believe you're over on the first base dugout. How are things down there on the field? And good to have you back, buddy.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, I'm here behind the first base line, first base itself in the north dugout. They're going to start out offensively here today, and so we'll get an opportunity to see how this dugout reacts early in this game. The South, I was spending a little time in their dugout pregame, and they seem focused, ready to go. So we'll see. Should be a competitive ball game here.
Well, again, we're excited to be here this afternoon. Michael, thank you for being up here as well. Again, this isn't going to be kind of a traditional called baseball game, I would expect, just with these last-minute changes, but we'll do our best to try to get this one through to you today. So the All-Star North team is in blue caps. The All-Star South team is in red caps. That's how you'll be able to differentiate them this afternoon. The South team is the home team, so the North team will be batting first here this afternoon. They will be in the top of the innings. Of course, the South All-Stars will be in the bottom of these innings. The way that it works, I believe, Michael, that there is no run rules, anything like that here in the All-Star games. They'll play 2.5 hours. unless we get to the end of the game, of course. But otherwise, it is a 2.5-hour time limit. I expect these games to go through a lot sooner than that. So getting things started here for the All-Star North team. And again, and so leading off for the North team, I believe it is the catcher, Rhett Gallagher. So Gallagher at bat, a right-handed batter, as we get started here in this game. First one is hit foul off the third base side. The early count is 0-1 for Gallagher. Or Rhett, I believe. Second pitch on the way to the outside, actually called in for a strike. Michael, the count 1-1. You had something you were going to mention, Michael?
Now Gallagher batting from the left side.
Next pitch on the way to Gallagher. This one too low for a ball. The count here should be at 2-1. I think that scoreboard up there, too, is a little bit delayed, Michael.
Right, yeah, it's different looking at that type of scoreboard that we're used to at the high school level.
Gallagher,
sure.
The pitcher here this afternoon as well. That next pitch
misses outside.
The count now 3-1. So again, it is Rhett Gallagher on a 3-1 count. I'm showing 3-1 in my book. The next pitch to the outside. And I guess, Michael, it wasn't. Now it's a full count at 3-2.
Yeah, it's a fastball hanging high at outside, and Gallagher tried to get Gallagher to chase it, but he was having none of it.
A little bit of time here called. Gallagher, his high school head coach, Jimmy Haynes.
Van Alsten.
This one, boy, laces this one over to right field. That's a base hit. Good hit there by Gallagher. That was on a payoff pitch on a 3-2. He'll rest over at first. And a good start here for Rhett Gallagher and the All-Star North team. That'll bring up second in the order,
Drew Houchin. Or it could be Houchin. I'm kind of going with the Houston pronunciation and go with Houchin.
We'll say Houchin for here. Again, we apologize as kind of the information for the media on these All-Star games kind of comes in last moment. So we're just getting some of that information. We do sincerely appreciate the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association for allowing us to be here this afternoon to present this. You know, Michael, I said we literally got the call 4 days ago. Can you guys come and do this? And I'm so thankful to have you guys with our SHN family being able to be here on a short notice to be able to bring this game to everyone out there. Coach Armando Cedinho out there talking with the home plate umpire. A lot of lengthy discussion out here. I'm not sure exactly what the delay is here as they're trying to.
Something going on over here down the third base dugout side. Golf cart is on the track. I believe it may be one of the honorees, the honoree coaches, retiree coaches.
Yeah, Chuck, you were down. I don't know if you had a chance to check that out earlier, but they were having those honoree coaches down there earlier before we got started.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. In fact, that is one of the honorees, although I don't have a name. We didn't get a list. But he's leaving the field now. It's probably a little warm.
So a little warm-up pitches here.
There's a Jurdenton's former coach.
There you go. Jurdenton's down near Pearsall, I believe, in South Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the first time I've caught wind of Jurdenton. But
well, Michael, a little bit of shade here today. One cool angle we've got out there is at left center, of course, our pitcher's camera.
Brandon Hendricks on the mound pitching for the South.
It'll bring up a right-handed batter now. Again, Drew Houchin, who plays first base here and should play first base here in this All-Star game, wearing number 14 today. This first hit over to right field, and it'll be caught, and we're one away. The runner, Gallagher, will head back over. One out here in the top of this first inning.
Hendricks put one right down the middle of the plate, a belt-high fastball that Hoochin got a piece of and sent it out to right field for an easy fly out.
Third in the order, we'll bring up the pitcher, number 4, Johnny Krawitz.
Johnny Krawitz.
Krawitz, a right-handed batter. First pitch on the way to Krawitz. This one over to right as well. Boy, that right has been generous to these all-star kids this afternoon as far as where that ball's flying. But that first one, though, Michael, for a foul, the early count 0-1.
Hendricks leaving plenty to hit out over the plate as Krawitz gets a good piece of that. He's just a little bit out ahead of it and fouls it off.
Next pitch on the way. This one over to right as well and should drop right back into the glove, and it does for the second out. We're 2 away here in the top of the first. We'll try to have that defensive setup for you as well. Again, just getting that information very late here, and it's hard, Michael, to start a broadcast without having time to prep whenever you don't get the information, but that's the way it goes in these all-star games. We're just thankful to be able to present these kids. It'll bring up fourth in the order, number 20, Chris Dickens, left-handed batter. Pops this one into the net on the foul ball. The early count 0-1.
Dickens way behind on that pitch, and he fouls it off to the third base side.
Next delivery, high to the outside, even count at 1 ball and 1 strike on 2 outs.
Looks like we had a pinch runner come in, Rob, for Gallagher. I see a number 21 for the North.
Dickens from Iowa Park under head coach Michael Swenson. Next pitch there for a strike. Good job, 1-2 the count.
Chase Richardson, the pinch runner.
1-2 pitch on the way. Runner will take off over to second. Sliding, diving in time, and a stolen base. Did they say he was out?
Hey, I never saw a signal from the second base umpire, but the home plate umpire called him out.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. So, was he out caught stealing on that? Oh, it was a strikeout. Okay, I didn't see that. I beg your pardon. So, a strikeout on Chris Dickens. Just looking at it for the third and final out. So only 1 hit in this inning, no runs, no errors, and 1 actually left on base. We're here in the THSBCA All-Star Games. Thanks for joining us as we move to the bottom of the first inning. Appreciate you joining us here this afternoon on SHN Sports. Michael, if you're okay with it, I may let you take over here, as I've got a few things I'm trying to work out with our broadcast, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
I hate to throw that on you, but we will keep things rolling right along. Thanks for joining us, friends. We got a lot of sponsors, too. We'll talk about those as we continue. Michael?
Try to give you the defense for the South here in just a moment. I'll give you some of the defense for the North as they're taking the field. Krawitz is scheduled to be the starting pitcher for the North, and number 4 is on the mound. And indeed, he is the starting pitcher for the North. Behind the plate will be Rhett Gallagher. At first base will be number 14, Drew Hoochin. At second base, should be Chris Dickens. At shortstop, Hayden Vanderrest. At third base, Vito Prieto. In left field, Braxton Hacker. Some of these positions aren't clearly distinguished on the lineup, so we have position numbers missing. And we have two third basemen. Joshua Dyer may be playing center field. And in right field, Parker McGrew. Kraywitz toes in on the rubber as Douglas Hodo stands in, batting from the right side. The delivery misses, well, I'll say misses outside. It's called strike. Leave 1-1 the count. The pitch down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hodo. Kraywitz winds in, delivers, gets the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Fastball in at 77. Kraywitz picks up the sign. The delivery down and away for ball 3, and the count works full to Douglas Hodo. The payoff pitch in for called strike 3 as Hodo goes down looking for out number 1. That'll bring up number 10, Cade Graves. Graves out of Pollock Central. His head coach, Richard Neighbors. 1 away with nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Kraywitz winds and delivers down and away for ball 1. Graves batting from the right side. The 1-0 pitch. Gets the outside corner for strike 1. That'll even the count. 1-1. The 1-1 delivery swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cade Graves. On deck for the South, Rowan Arant. The 1-2 pitch. Down and away. That'll even up at 2. Beautiful day for baseball here in Round Rock, Texas, as we get to play this all-star game here at the Dell Diamond. Pitch cut on, fouled back to the net. Count will remain at 2. From the windup, the 2-2 delivery, that's cut on and hit over to second. Dickens over to Huchin at first, and that'll retire Graves for out number 2. 4-3 on the putout. Number 18, Rowan Arant, will come to the plate, batting from the right side. 2 away for the North. First pitch misses high and outside for ball 1. Arant batting third in the order. Pitch down and away on a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch cut on and fouled back to the net for strike 1. Two and 1 the count for Arndt. Number 18, Parker Moy on deck for the South. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kraywitz winds and delivers. Belt high fastball for strike 2. That'll even the count 2-2. Nobody on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. We're scoreless here at the THSBCA All-Star Game. Kraywitz winds and delivers a swing and a miss for strike 3. And the South goes in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left on after 1 complete here in Round Rock. We're scoreless. On to the second we go. And we'll just keep it right here. It's the South back on the field to take their infield. Brandon Hendricks back on to pitch the second for the North. Hendricks saw 4 batters in the first, gave up 1 hit, 1 strikeout and 2 fly ball outs. A strikeout to end the inning in the top half of the first. So trying to match all the numbers up with the lineup card here to make sure that we're giving you accurate information and recognizing these players respectively.
Yeah. If I hadn't trimmed my beard the other day.
Now batting for the South, number 1, Parker McGrew. Hendricks winds and delivers the pitch down and away for ball 1. Fastball off the hand of Hendricks. 1-0 in for a strike. It's inside part of the plate. Nice little changeup for strike 1. 1-1 the count to McGrew. Pitch, this was cut on. This is popped up and possibly playable. Gallagher makes the catch, and that will do it for McGrew. 1 away on a pop-up back to the catcher. Pitch misses low for ball 1. Number 18, Joshua Dyer, batting from the left side. He cuts on this one and gets through off the hand of the shortstop into left field. And that will go as a hit, as the official scorekeeper did not rule an error. Number 22, Hayden Vanderrest, shortstop, digs in from the right side. He takes for ball 1. Vanderrest out of Shallow Water. That was head coach Corey Barnes. Pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Vanderrest. 1 on with no outs here in the top of the second. Pitch, this is lined back up the middle. This will go through for a base hit. And the South have 2 aboard. Runners at first and second. Number 6, Vito Prieto, comes to the plate. He'll dig in from the right side. Hendricks picks up the sign from Gallagher. Deals a fastball letter high for strike 1. Nothing in 1, the count to Prieto. 0-1 in, a little slider in for strike 2. Prieto quickly behind, 0-2, with runners at first and second. From the stretch, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Prieto in the second. 2 away, and that'll bring up Braxton Hacker. Hacker wearing number 3. Fastball in for strike 1. Hacker out of Farmersville High School, head coach John Norton. Pitch misses outside. Another fastball for ball 1. That evens the count up, 1-1. 2 on with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss from Hacker for strike 2. 1-2 the count. We're scoreless here in Round Rock, but the North threatening. Dyer at second base in scoring position. A good single will score him. The pop-up could be played, and the catch is made in foul territory, and that will do it for the North. No runs on 2 hits, 2 left on after 1.5. We're scoreless here in Round Rock. You're listening to the THSBCA All-Star Game on SHN Sports. And we're back with the one and only, the great Rob Hipp.
Hey, Michael, just working through a little fun here this morning. Appreciate everybody joining us. We're so honored and blessed to bring you this THSBCA All-Star Games today here on SHN from the Dell Diamond. Michael, you know, a lot of folks making this one possible here. Of course, the generous support of the Oak Ridge Disciple House, who helps do so much here on SHN Sports. Joshua Harris, we sincerely appreciate you. If someone you know, 18 and older, addicted to drugs and alcohol, the Oak Ridge Disciple House can help. Helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction, a 501c3 non-profit. You can check them out online for more information at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Well, Michael, you know, I just called you a few days ago, said, can you be here? And you did. And then I just said, you know what, take over the play-by-play. I got to go step down for a minute. So thank you, buddy.
My pleasure.
For being here, and again, we're excited to bring you this one. Hey, if you're watching on the YouTube stream, of course you are. If you're listening to us right now, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with the latest that is going on here on SHN Sports. We've got a lot of events. This is probably our last baseball broadcast of the season, and boy, what a run we had. Michael, you call for the Roush Raiders. We'll see Jared Southard out here later today in the 5 and 6A All-Star Game, but what a run by Rouse as well. They had a great season under head coach Crimpine.
They did. They had a real rocky start, and it didn't look like things were really going to come together for them. But district started, and then they went undefeated in district, and like our Georgetown counterparts, dominated in district and largely outscoring their district competition, their district opponents, by a huge margin.
Well, if one's making this broadcast possible today here on SHN Sports, A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair, located in Georgetown, Texas. Baseball Velocity School, Bob Holt, the author of the book Cowboy, Georgetown Jewelry, Ida Edwards Realtor, Mahan Roofing, Texas Sports Monthly, and the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As we get started here in the bottom of the second inning, the South back at bat, and the first pitch on the way, and that one away for a ball. And where are we at on the order right now, Michael? Are we in the
Parker Moy?
So we're at Parker Moy, fourth in the order. Second pitch on the way to Moy. This one got the corner for a strike. The early count.
1-1.
1-1. Yeah, you got to be careful. The scoreboard it lags here sometimes at the Dell Diamond, Michael, on these games. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. This one hard hit foul off the first base line. The count at 1-2. Well, Parker Moy here for the All-Star South team. Out of Evadale, Mark Williams as head coach. The next pitch on the way. Boy, that's what I call the shave pitch, too close to the inside. And the count even at 2-2. Speaking of shaving, I finally got to shave. I told the Georgetown kids I won't shave or get a haircut until we get out of the baseball season. Well, man, it worked. We got all the way to the state championship. But I was joking. I said I lost a few whiskers that morning, so that's what happened. 2-2 even count. Pitch on the way. This one swung on, hit foul again off the first base side and into the stands. The count remains at 2-2 for Parker Moy. Two pitch. This one got to corner, and that'll be a strikeout as he looks for the first out. Good pitching so far here this afternoon on both sides, Michael. We've only had 1 hit in this ball game. Of course, here in the bottom of the second inning we are. Brings up 6th in the order, Trilicek.
Peyton Powell.
Oh, beg your pardon. 5th in the order, Peyton Powell. Thank you. I just wanted to get to Trilicek. Left-handed batter, that pitch on the off-speed, back inside for a strike. Early count on Powell, 0-1. Peyton Powell from Robinson High School. His head coach, Brian Kent, left-handed batter. Next pitch, swung on. This one hit over the second baseman. The throw to first, and we're 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Good job there on the field work, Michael.
That's a great job. I want to say that was Jet Whitfield. He's wearing number 7 on his jersey.
This will bring up Rhett Trilicek from Hallettsville. His head coach, Shorty Cook, back to a right-handed batter. Rhett's 6th in the order. The right-handed batter, the right-hand pitch on the way to the outside. The early count, 1-0, 2 away. Well, the good news earlier when I got to walk down and make some of those camera adjustments. 1-2, nice little changeup pitch in for a strike. The count at 1-1. Got to talk to some of the coaches. There is a lot of coaches here. And, you know, Michael, such a special day because a lot of these coaches at the smaller classifications, they don't get an opportunity to play at these big stadiums. Even late in the postseason, they may not get to unless they get to the state championship. This one swung on and hit foul off the first base line. The count at 1-2. And just awesome to see these schools and the smaller schools as well being able to get out here and play on a field such as the Dell Diamond. What an honor for these kids and also for these coaches to be out here as well today, Michael.
Oh, it's exciting to be out here. You know, it's the dream that these kids hope to play for in a big league park.
1-2 pitch again to the outside. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on 2 outs. It's been 2 up, 2 down this inning for the All-Star South team here in the bottom of the second. Next right-handed pitch on the way. Swung on. This one over to the first baseman, an unassisted tag, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down. Quick inning in this one as we move to the top of the third. Chuck Crazy down there in the dugout off that first base side. Chuck, good afternoon here for baseball, and glad to have you down there, partner.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Pretty good pitcher's duel so far between Hendricks and Kraywitz. I think there are a couple more hits than what the scoreboard says here for the north side. It looks like we're going to bring in a new pitcher for Hendricks for the south.
That is number 2 there for the South All-Stars, Dylan.
Well, we got 2.
There is 2 number 2s out here. So
let's see if we can see his jersey.
Yeah,
Maybe
trying
we'll
to see
his
do you see the
score.
front of that jersey, Chuck, who that is?
It looks like it says Chargers on the front. He's wearing number 2.
I know that you're there in the north dugout. Unfortunately, we'd be able to know who that is. That's tough for us. So we'll try to get it whenever we can, Chuck. Appreciate all your work down there today, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get an interview with Krawitz, who started here for the North, but he's the number 3 hitter here in the rotation for this inning. So we'll wait until after, and we'll see if he goes back to the mound. If not, we'll get a quick interview with him.
When we get those interviews, we'll try to zoom that camera in from up here on you, unless you're down there near Mickey. I believe that is Dylan Thoot down there, who is the pitcher. And again, if we got that name wrong, I apologize. THEUT. I'm going to go with Thoot on that, Michael.
Yep, that sounds like it could be right. Or to you, or any number of ways.
We'll just call him DT. Get after him, DT. Out there on the mound, pitching now, the left-handed pitcher. And we will start here. Where are we at in the order here for the North team? First pitch is on the way. Got him on the corner for a strike.
Back to the top of the order, but it's a different hitter. Gallagher was at the top of the order, so Drew McNeil, they called him out.
Second pitch to McNeil. 2 quick pitches, 2 quick strikes. The early count here on McNeil, 0-2. Next left-handed pitch, the third one, swung on hard, hit in the back of the net off the third base line. The count remains 0-2.
So what they may be doing, Rob, they may be batting every other at bat and switching the order so everybody gets an opportunity to.
Next pitch on the way, 3 pitches and a strikeout. Looking great job on the mound by Dylan Toot, and that'll bring up next in the order. And I guess it's Thoot. It'll be Morgan, Jaden Morgan now at bat. Another left-handed batter. Pitch on the way to Morgan. Boy, 4 pitches have been right there in the zone. Great job on the mound, and the early count here, 0-1, 1 away.
Lefty-lefty matchup between these two.
Next pitch to Morgan. This one too low and down for a ball. The early count here, 1-1, 1 away. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Brings it to a 1-2 count here for Jaden Morgan. Jaden Morgan out of Edgewood High School under head coach Jason Seal.
Toot pitching exclusively from the stretch as a left-handed pitcher.
2-2 count. The next one away for a ball. Swing and a miss. And Dylan Toot on that mound doing damage here early. We're 2 up, 2 down already here in the top of the third inning. Again, no score. Appreciate you joining us for this 2019 Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association broadcast. So it's pronounced Toit. Toit. Appreciate that. And we want to appreciate that pronunciation. Want to make sure we get it right. We don't want to not get these kids' names right out there.
So this should be Travier Moore.
Second pitch to Moore's a strike to count at 1-1 on 2 outs to Travier Moore. The 1-1 pitch, high into the outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Michael, as I was walking around, quite a few folks here this afternoon as well, enjoying the ballpark here today.
It's a nice day for it.
The 2-1 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, 2-2. Nice fastball there by Toit.
Toit working that outside corner and getting Moore to chase for the strike. He's got a beautiful four-seam fastball that he's worked successfully inside and out.
Next pitch, though, to the outside brings it to a full count here on Trevier Moore. The count at 3-2. Moore from Benbrook High School, head coach Austin Chavez. Next pitch on the payoff. Hard hit over to center. This one should be catchable in the sunshine. It is up, and it is caught for the third and final out. Boy, another quick inning there in the top of the third. We move to the bottom of the third. Again, wanted to take some time to get to some of our great sponsors here this afternoon. And Chuck Cracy's actually down in the dugout right now with a player. Chuck, go ahead and go over that player's name, and we'll send it down to you, buddy.
I'm here with the North starting pitcher for today, Kravitz. What was your first name?
Johnny.
Johnny. What school did you go to, Johnny?
Canton High School.
And how do you feel about being the starting pitcher of the North here today?
It's a great feeling. Worked hard for it and went out there and did what I do. So
yeah, you had a pretty good outing there on the mound, and you really set the tone for what's happened so far early in this game. Talk about what you're going to do in the near future. Are you playing baseball somewhere else? Talk about that.
I'm planning to head to Abilene Christian University and play baseball there, and hopefully get a business marketing degree, and hopefully won't have to use that degree and get to play forever. But yeah, that's my plans.
Well, you can always use a business marketing degree after your professional career. So good luck to you, Johnny. Thanks for the interview. Back to you, Rob.
Appreciate you, Chuck. Great interview down there with that young man as we get started here in the bottom of the third. Been a fun game so far, but no score. I thought we'd see some offensive powerhouse in this one early, Michael, but so far it's really been a defensive effort, and the pitchers have done a great job here through these two and a third innings as we move to the bottom of the third.
Yeah, you've had some dominating pitching through an inning and a half so far, or 2 innings. Looks like we've got a new pitcher for the North as well.
And that may be Vito Prito.
It's number 6 on his jersey.
Yeah, and the only 6 that we have here is, again, Vito Prito.
Vito Prieto.
So Prieto on the mound. Hopefully that's who it is. And again, if we're not accurate, we apologize. We're doing the best with what we've got up here, Michael. We will start things here in the bottom of this third inning, I believe, in the 7, 8, and 9 hole. Leading off for the South, number 15, Caleb Hill. Left-handed batter. Prieto's first pitch on the way. Curveball to the outside and too far away. The early count here, 1-0.
Yeah, I'm discovering maybe some of these jersey numbers may be off according to the
next one. Got up under this one, but it drops to center field on the second pitch for the first out. Yeah, and again, friends, we're just going with we've got 2 sets of information up here, unfortunately.
So Trilicek should have been the batter, and now we should be facing Caleb Hill.
I think that may have been Galvin. Chuck, you're down there?
Yeah, it's Ryan Galvan on the mound.
Ryan Galvan, thank you for that.
And Travis Koliba.
1-0 the early count. Kaliba's who I have on the card that we got that was kind of juggernauted with multiple names across. Swung on this one for a foul, 1-1. Next pitch to the inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, the good news is we're getting them the exposure. Swing and a miss here to bring it to an even count at 2-2.
That is Koliba.
Yeah, I was Michael. I was actually working on keeping score up here, and I just decided, you know what? There's so much switching. I'm just gonna sit here and have a little fun today. Kaliba, the next pitch on the way to the inside, and that'll reach on a walk for Kaliba. So Kaliba on a 2-2 count will reach on the walk, brings up 9th in the order. Should bring up Zach Coons here in the, again, 9th in the order. We're one away. Opportunity here for the South team to try to put that runner into scoring position. Again, Zach Coons, who plays shortstop. Galvan on the mound, left leg up, or right leg up, left-hand delivery.
A little changeup right there, some off-speed cheese thrown across.
It's a little early for lunch, man. You start talking cheese, I start getting hungry up here, Michael.
Right.
2-0 is the count here on Coons. Next pitch low as well for a ball, 3-0. So an opportunity here. Another ball would put Coons on with a walk, and it would advance Kaliba over to second. And this time across in the zone for a strike. The count at 3-1. Next pitch. Oh, hit him in the back. Or no, it got it away from him on a wild pitch. And regardless, he would walk anyway. So now runners on 1 and 2. I thought originally that may have hit him, Michael. Try to see if I have that on the replay here. May have just been a low pitch in the dirt. Yeah, it was. It was just to his left and hit the dirt. Sometimes those are a little hard to see here. So that will advance Kaliba over to second. And Coons will reach on the walk as well. And we go back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the third. Luke Eli. Eli pops this one up over to the second baseman, not able to make the grab there as a little miscommunication.
And a fielder's choice, and that'll get the force at second. So that will retire Coons.
So Coons is retired. We will have a runner come in over at first for Eli. Not sure if that is Douglas Hodo out there or not. Are they switching off as well with runners?
Yeah.
So it should be Hodo over there at first. So runners
They're batting
at 1
the
and
roster.
3.
They're batting the roster.
So Hodo resting over at first, runner over at third in that hot corner. First pitch on the way. In the zone for a strike, the count 0-1. This one, good hit over to left. It's going to drop at center, actually. That'll score the first run. And trying to round for a triple will bring in 2 runs. So the triple on the play will bring in 2 runs. And the South get the early lead here in this ball game, Michael.
Brett Brown with a nice triple. Out to center field. Goes all the way to the fence. He legs it out to triple. And the cooking is going on, as you like to say, Rob.
Pull out the steaks, man. We got them cooking here this afternoon early. First pitch on the way here is a strike to next pitch a ball, 1-1 even count. One pitch. This one swung on over to center. It may drop in the Bermuda Triangle, and it does, and that'll score another run. And it is now a 3-0 lead for the All-Star South. Michael, I knew the bats would start flying here, start hitting, and they're doing it right here in the bottom of this third inning.
definitely are.
Fourth in the order will bring up Hobbs Price, number 3. Hobbs Price, a right-handed batter. First pitch out of his way for a ball. Early count here, 1-0. Hobbs Price out of Fredericksburg High School under head coach Derek Dietrich.
Fredericksburg Billies.
My beautiful fiance in Fredericksburg last night, Michael.
2-0 the count.
Oh, next pitch on the way. This one in the zone brings it. We're showing 2-1, but the board shows a payoff pitch at 3-2.
Well, the umpire's showing 2-1.
Yep, that's who you go with. The next pitch swung on and missed. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch on the way, swung on and missed. And that'll do it for the third and final out, but not before damage was done in this inning. 3 runs scored by the All-Star South as they get on the board first. Great inning there for these All-Star South kids. As we're through 3, we move to the top of the 4th, Michael.
Well, the South jumps out with that 3-0 lead, and the North with a little hill to climb.
Well, again, I want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors. A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair, repairing smartphone, tablet screens, and much more in Georgetown, Texas. For all of your smartphone and tablet repairs, Mandy Murphy and her great staff will take excellent care of you. We appreciate your generous sponsorship. More information at A1 for A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair can be found online at a1phonerepairs.com. That's a1phonerepairs.com. We also want to thank Baseball Velocity School. Michael, this was a pretty cool one. As I was going through Facebook yesterday, these guys have about 7,000 followers or likes on Facebook, and just an awesome job by Baseball Velocity School, helping a lot of high schoolers. And it was so cool, Michael, because to be honest, I didn't know these guys existed. Now we do, and they are doing such a fine job with kids throughout this area, teaching them just a lot of different skills in baseball, of course. Check them out. They're the Austin area premier player development facility, now offering a limited time 50% off hitting and pitching velocity assessment, specializing in helping middle school and high school players safely throw harder and hit harder in all indoor and outdoor air-conditioned facility. Check them out online. For more information, baseballvelocityschool.com. As we are underway here in the top of the 4th, my friend.
Ryan Gully digging in from the right side, fouls one off for strike 1.
Gully will hit the next one over to the second baseman, a throw over to first, and a routine out, and that is the first out here in the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Alec Asay.
AC is what they call it.
Yeah, so Alec AC here now batting 5th in the order. First one, a swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch there as he bit on it. The early count 0-1 on AC.
Toit excellently working that outside corner. Works the slider inside for a ball.
1-1 even count. One pitch on the way, too high upstairs, brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike here with 1 away in the top of the 4th. The North, or the bottom of the 4th. No, we're in the top of the 4th. My goodness, Michael. No, we're
In the bottom of the 4th.
the bottom of the 4th. My goodness. This one popped over to first.
That pitch in on the hands of AC and pops up to the first baseman for out number 2.
Yeah, the reason I got to quit looking at the scoreboard because they had the runs messed up there and showing the visitor with 3 runs, and they just fixed that as well. This pitch off the shoe and outside, though, for a ball as it was low, 1-0 count. Luckily, nobody on for the All-Star North team.
Peyton Laughlin batting for the North.
1-0 pitch to Laughlin. High to the outside, brings it to 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch. Man, that one looked close, but called a strike. 2-1 the count currently on Laughlin.
Toit with an effective fastball. Pitches inside for the called strike. Pitching exclusively from the stretch. Goes back and misses for ball 3.
Count at 3-1 on Laughlin here for the All-Star North team, trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th.
This is the deepest count that Toit has gone into in these 2 innings.
This one hit over the second baseman, the throw to first. And that'll do it. 1, 2, and 3 here in this inning. The North not able to respond as we are through 3.5, moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. Again, want to get to some more of our sponsors here, Michael, that, of course, are helping to make these broadcasts possible. A big thank you to Bob Holt, the author of the book Cowboy. You can pick it up at Lark and Owl Booksellers in downtown Georgetown. Again, Bob Holt, thank you. I've known Bob a long time and appreciate your generous sponsorship of this game here on SHN Sports. Also want to thank my good friend Ricky Poe from Georgetown Jewelry for all of your jewelry needs in Central Texas. Georgetown Jewelry's got you taken care of. You can check them out online in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center or in person and online at georgetownjewelry.com. Got Chuck Cracy down in the dugout now on the side. Chuck, we'll send it down to you.
Yeah, I'm here with the South's Eddie Calzone seat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Eddie had a 2-run triple here to get the scoring started in the last inning. Talk about how it felt to get a solid hit like that here at the Dell Diamond.
I mean, it felt good. I mean, piecing it like that reminds me of just high school baseball.
Now, how do you feel about being picked for the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game?
I feel honored being nominated and selected out of a lot of people that were nominated. So
a lot of potential players. So what does your future hold, Eddie?
College baseball at Weatherford, hopefully. So.
Weatherford? Good luck to you. Congratulations. Back to you, Rob.
Awesome, Chuck. Great work down there. What a unique perspective, too, to be down there and being able to talk to some of these kids. And, you know, during the regular season, Michael, you can't just interview kids down in the dugout, so we're able to do that here in this All-Star game. We'll get started here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Luke Alvis. First pitch on the way to Alvis across the zone for a strike. The early count 0-1. Next pitch swung on and missed here. The early count 0-2. Alvis 5th in the order. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on. This one should drop into the glove of the right fielder, and it does for the first out. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th with the All-Star South leading 0-3. Should bring up 6th in the order. Is Cross Gonzalez, a shortstop. Cross Gonzalez from Rio Hondo is head coach Sergio Gonzalez. Wonder if that's a family there.
Could be.
Maybe. Pitch on the way. Close to the inside. Whew, close to hitting his elbow. The count 1-0 here on Gonzalez. Galvan's next pitch. This one hit foul off the first base line. The count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Gonzalez wearing another one of those hard-to-read jerseys, Rob, with a primarily white jersey and the numbers white with black border.
Next pitch in for a strike. The count at 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gonzalez. Got a good Close up there. Gonzalez, this one hit over to first. That'll
be an E3.
Yeah, I was about to say that was marked as an error as it bounced off the first baseman's glove. So he'll reach on the E3, does Gonzalez. That'll bring up Dylan Toit, number 2, here 7th in the order.
Interesting. Toit, a left-handed pitcher, batting from the right side.
First pitch called a strike, 0-1 on Toit.
Gonzalez staying close to first base, with Galvin being a lefty pitcher. Throws over. Gonzalez back safely.
0-1 pitch on the off speed in the zone for a strike, brings it to 0-2.
Nice changeup by Galvin for the strike.
0-2 pitch off the right arm, too far to the outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th, with the All-Star South leading 3-0. The next pitch swung on and missed, and that'll do it for the second out. Strikeout swinging. 8th in the order we are. That should be Holden Lauer. It is Holden Lauer. First pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, 0-1. Good pitch there by Galvin. No, it's Galvin. Chuck, that is still Galvin out there on the mound, I believe, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I were thinking. Pitch on the way. This one hard hit over to right. It may drop, though. The right fielder will grab it for the third and final out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. We are through 4 as we move to the top of the 5th inning. The All-Star South leading here in the 2019 Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game live from the Dell Diamond. Michael, it has been so fun to be here today and just bring exposure to these kids. You know, this 2, 3, and 4A divisions, getting some exposure, and just an awesome afternoon for them and their coaches.
Well, you know, that's one of the primary missions for SHN Sports, Rob, is to get the opportunity to highlight high school talent across the central Texas area, and in this case, highlight talent from all over the state of Texas.
Of course, at 1 p.m., we will have the 5A and 6A classification all-star game. It's funny, we were talking earlier, and you said, man, Dalton Porter's not out here, or Jared Southard. Yeah. You said, Jared Southard's not out here. And then I didn't even think about it, and you finally thought, you said, wait a minute, that's because it's 5A, and we're not in the 5A game.
I know it. I'm like, I'm looking for Jared, because I've called his high school baseball games and was looking to talk to him out on the field, and never saw him. And then it dawned on me whenever we're sitting up here, that he pitches in the 5 and 6A game later on this afternoon. Have a new pitcher out on the mound, Rob.
So new pitcher on the mound, number 2 for the All-Star North team. That may be Brett Brown now, because it was Dylan Toit, and they're both number 2, so I would assume it is Brett Brown now out there on the mound, getting his warm-up pitches again for the South team. Brett Brown, boy, he's part of the Sinton Pirates. They have had a good run over the years, not only in baseball but in football. Just an awesome school system down there from Sinton High School under head coach Adrian Alanis. And I've got to believe that Alanis, that's got to be related to Rita, who's headed up a lot of their booster programs there in Sinton High School. I actually had the pleasure of getting to know Rita over the years, and if it's not his wife, maybe some relation somewhere, but I had the opportunity to call Sinton high school playoffs for a year down there in Sinton. That was a long journey, but I enjoyed it, and not only in football, but then their basketball playoff game as well. Had a lot of fun covering those kids in Sinton. So we will start off 7th in the order for the All-Star North team here in the top of the 5th. It'll be Chase Richardson. So we're at the 7, 8, and 9 spot. Richardson, a left-handed batter. Chase from Van High School, head coach Stephen Laprade.
That first pitch in for a strike, Rob. You got a righty-lefty matchup with Brown.
Next pitch on the way. This one too far to the outside to even the count at 1-1. No outs as we start things here in the top of the 5th. The North team trying to find some runs as the time will run out on them as we get closer. Next pitch swung on and missed. Great pitch by Brown. The count at 1-2. Brown, a right-handed pitcher. Left leg up in the air. Right-hand delivery to the outside. The count even at 2-2. Again, want to welcome everybody on the YouTube stream. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button. You'll catch up to date with all things going on here on SHN Sports as we go live and upload content. Brown's 2-2 pitch on the way. This one hit hard into the back of the net off the third baseline. The count remains 2-2. The battle starts for Richardson. You know, we've got SHN Football Friday coming up this fall. That'll be a 6-hour program from 6 p.m. to midnight. Then we'll also have our new Wednesday Gridiron show. And then, of course, all of our coverage throughout Central Texas with the fall football season, Michael, right around the corner. It's hard to believe.
Just, about 60 days? Between 60 and 70 days?
Yeah, not too far away.
Yeah, we'll be here before you know it.
Wally Harmon has called some games for us. We appreciate him running camera here today for us up in the booth for the Gateway Gators, a 3A school out of Georgetown, Texas. Gateway doesn't have a football program, do they? Boy, if they get one, that sure would be awesome down the road to cover those guys as well. 2-2 to the outside. Had to reach the glove up high to grab that one. Brings it to a full count here at 3-2 on Richardson.
Brown with that upstairs fastball trying to get Richardson to chase.
Brown on a Sinton High School, the pitcher, left leg up, right-hand fastball, swing and a miss for the first out on a payoff pitch to Richardson. 8th in the order, Tristan Van Zant.
Brown with a respectful fastball, Rob, coming in at 91 miles an hour on that strikeout.
Tristan Van Zant from Levelland High School, head coach Brent Paris, right-handed batter. Good off-speed there, caught the corner for a strike to count at 0-1. Kelly Duvall joining us on the SHN live stream. Hope all is well, Kelly. The 0-1 pitch, close to the inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. My wonderful mom, Shirley Hipp, watching as well. John saying he loves baseball from Utah. His nickname is Santa, but his name is John. Okay, Santa. Good to have Santa here in the summer. Bring a little chill up here to the press box. 1-1, swung out and missed. The count at 1-2. We need some cool air, man. It's not too bad up here today.
Brown with the curveball on his previous pitch, not able to get it to break. Not much break on it at all. It comes back with a fastball. Gets a swing and a miss for a strike. Count goes to 1-2.
1-2 pitch on the way. This break got him for the second out.
Caught him looking.
So 2 up, 2 down for Brown as we go back to the top of the 9th in the order, Jet Whitfield. So Jet Whitfield from New Deal High School. Jason Ibarra, his coach, swinging a miss on the first one. Early count 0-1. I like the name of that, New Deal High School.
92 on that fastball, Rob.
The 0-1 pitch off the right arm. Another fastball brought the heat. The count at 0-2 on a swing and a miss.
He's definitely got a respectable heater for sure. Bringing that four-seam fastball in at 93.
Little stretch by Brown on the mound. Now his delivery. Whoo. Just behind the back. That could have been a hit by pitch. We'll take a look at that one on the replay. It was just out of his back, though. It was close to getting hit. 1-2, as you saw Whitfield kind of shake his head on that one. He said, man, I'm in an all-star game. I don't want to leave here with having to get back surgery. There was the pitch there. You can see it as it just went to the left of his back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And got him here for the 3rd strike. And back-to-back strikeouts looking. 3 up, 3 down. Here in the top of the 5th inning as we are through 4.5, moving to the bottom of the 5th. Appreciate everyone joining us here today on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp alongside Michael Francis, Nathan Height, Wally Harmon, Mickey Holden, and Chuck Cracy. Chuck down there in the dugout as well on the south dugout. Chuck, down to you for a little bit. How are things going so far today, buddy?
It's a beautiful day out here. I'm just chatting with some of the coaches here on the south side, talking about Brown's velocity and how good he looked there in that half inning for the south side.
Awesome.
In fact, we might be able to talk to him. Let's see here if I can get his attention. Mr. Brown, you want to come over for an interview?
Yeah, we'll take it down, Chuck. Go ahead and talk things over. And let – Sinton's a great place, man. I know that school well. So, Chuck, down to you, buddy.
Pretty tall guy. But okay, I'm here. Is Brett?
Yes, sir.
With Brett Brown of Sinton. You got a inning of work in so far. Talk about how you feel about being selected for the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game.
I mean, it's an honor. Like, the dudes here are the best of the best, so getting to be among them has been a blessing, and like getting to see some of my friends from back home too, knowing that a lot of the Coastal Bend made it up here that's cool. That's cool for me and cool for my area. So, like I said, I'm just glad to be here, man.
Well, Sinton known pretty well for baseball. Talk about coming through a program like that and what it does to help you in your game.
Well, I'd say first off, I didn't shake off a single pitch in high school. I have Coach Alanese. We got one of the best coaching staffs around. Then that area, knowing that like the tradition is bigger than yourself and bigger than everybody, and it's been there since we were kids. That's something that we have to uphold, and with that coaching staff, there's no excuse not to. So it's our job to keep it going. And like I said, for them underclassmen next year, everybody up here in this area is going to sleep on you. We won't be in the rankings early next year, but we'll find a way to deepen the playoffs like always.
So what is Brett Brown going to do next year?
I'm going to go to Texas State and play against Hayden, who better hope he doesn't face me because I'm hot right now.
Good job. Good luck to you as well, Brett.
Thank you.
Back to you, Rob.
Thank you, Chuck. As we start things here in the bottom of this 5th inning, leading off in the 9th order, Coons back at bat. Zach Coons, the first pitch of ball, the early count, 1-0 on Coons.
Chris Dickens, the new pitcher for the North.
This next one hit foul, count at 1-1. Boy, yeah, I got to talk about Wally again. I made the call. So, Wally, can you come run camera? He goes, dude, I'll be there. So, first time running camera First time running camera ever, Wally? Yeah. We'll just throw him out there, man. Doing a great job. Appreciate it. 2-1 the count. I know Wally itching to get behind the microphone again. He did such a good job for, again, Gateway. Always good to have our help here. We call it the SHN family. Michael, appreciate all you do as well, man. It's been a fun couple of years, and looking forward to continuing to grow and expand as we promote these student athletes. 3-1 the count now. The next pitch on the way. This one swung hard. Should be catchable over in right field. Glove up, and it is caught for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. We're 1 away. We go back to the top of the order for the South team. Cade Graves. So I guess maybe the order was out here. I thought we were in that 9th hole.
Yeah, he's batting.
Cade Graves shows in the second
hole.
Well, that's where we'll move him, I guess. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 count. Next one hit foul into the back of the net behind us. 1-1 even count on Cade Graves.
I'm just following. I mean, I've got every box is full, so I know that's what the order.
Next pitch on the way. Graves will hit this one foul off the first base line. The count of 1 ball and 2 strikes on 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. One, two. This one may drop over to right field, and it does, and that is a single for Cade Graves. That'll bring up Rowan Arant. I guess we'll move him down to the 3rd. Michael, I have no idea.
Well, what they're doing, they're batting in line. So
it doesn't matter what order?
I'm just going with what they are in the box, and
yeah, because it shows 3rd here, but on our sheet it shows 2nd.
So they're not following a prototypical lineup card. They're just batting everybody. So that's why they're out of order on the names. So
you can get away with that in the All-Star game. First pitch in, second pitch actually in for a strike. I thought that first one was a ball. 1-1 is the count. Runner will take off over to second, sliding, diving, and safe in time. The stolen base by Graves over to second. I'd like to also thank all of you for joining us. Make sure to hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. Stay up to date with the latest here on SHN Sports. Next pitch on the way. Curve to the outside for a ball. They counted 2-1. I want to thank another sponsor that came on before this game, Dr. Paul Berg, Family Medicine at Scott & White in Georgetown. Swing and a miss here brings it to a full count at 3-2.
I just have 2-2. Did I miss a pitch?
I thought maybe that I had missed one, Michael. The 3-2 on the way. And a strikeout swinging. I guess it didn't matter anyways. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Bring up number 18, Parker Moy. Again, Parker Moy from Evadale High School, head coach Mark Williams. First pitch, nice one for a swing and a miss. A strike 0-1. Again, thanks, Dr. Paul Berg, for your sponsorship here in these games. The 0-1 pitch. Nice off speed for a strike, 0-2 in the zone. His wife actually, this is cool. You know, I love a lot of our local sponsors, Michael, because I know them personally. You can genuinely say, I know these guys, I know what they do. His wife was my doctor for a while. Dr. Paul Berg is with Scott & White, and she had moved on from there, and Dr. Berg is still there. So just love that community. Even though Georgetown, this whole area is growing, it's still got that small town feel to it.
That's what you love. You love that that close-knit community feel. You know, we also do Gridiron Glory alumni games, and we get to go to small towns throughout Texas.
You get to drive 5 hours to the small towns, Michael.
And just a couple of weeks ago, we were in Colemasnil, Texas, and you talk about small town feel, a real close-knit community.
Breaking pitch in for the strike, looking third and final out. In this inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. With the South leading 3-0 as we are through 5, top of the 6th coming up. But, yeah, going back to that, it was cool because I'd never heard of Colemasnil, Texas, honestly. Right. Never heard. Had you heard of it?
No.
I thought it was Combsnil.
Right.
No, it's Colemasnil. You know, just I guess about an hour or so from Louisiana there in East Texas, Northeast Texas. And it was so cool because during the national anthem, and I'm not making fun of this, it's just small town. I love it. In the national anthem, the United States flag was right there, and right behind it, the backdrop was a house across the street with a horse in the front yard and an old car with the front hood popped open. I said, man, it doesn't get any better than this, baby.
It doesn't get any more small-town Texas than that. That's for sure. And what a fun game that was, and the spirit of camaraderie. And you feel that relaxed atmosphere here today, Rob, with this all-star team. The coaches are very relaxed. It's an opportunity for these kids to kind of showcase. So, people are moving in and out of positions. It's hard to really keep track with a lineup card with it. So it comes with its inherent challenges, but it's a fun experience for sure.
Just look on the screen, and you'll see the numbers. But again, thanks for joining us here as we start in the top of this 6th inning. The North back at bat, according to the score sheet. We will move back to the top of the order. And, Michael, going back, I don't have that 2nd inning, but I've got at least 9 in a row retired by this South defense. Yep. They have done phenomenal here in this game. The North trying to answer, trailing 3-0.
Toit came in the 3rd, and he pitched 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd and 4th innings. And Brett Brown came in the 5th, and he retired the side in order. All with strikeouts, 1 swinging, 2 looking.
Well, shout out to Chance Chapman watching from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Appreciate you, Chance. Almost said Arizona because I'm thinking of Leshman over there. AR is Arkansas. Chance, appreciate you joining us here on SHN Sports. Hey, if you're watching and you've got a shout out or just want to say hello, please do. We'll try to give you a call out as Brown will remain on the mound here as we go back to the top of the order. It'll be Rhett Gallagher. Right-handed batter, Rhett Gallagher, or left-handed batter. Brown wiggles his leg, kind of a unique delivery there to the outside. I think, Mary, did they call that a strike?
He did.
They did. Wow, 0-1. I guess the old leg wiggle worked, 0-1. I think he was just trying to make an adjustment there in his delivery. This one, hard swing. It'll pop up over to center. And calling for it and has the grab at center for the first out on the 2nd pitch. 1 away. That is 10 in a row now for the All-Star South. Drew Houchin. I think we were saying Houchin earlier. I heard it's Houchin.
Houchin by the PA. So
Drew Houchin, right-handed batter. Off of Brown's right-hand delivery. Good change up there for the strike in the zone. The count at 0-1. Beautiful pitch by Brown.
a lot of break on that pitch. A lot of break.
This one popped up foul. Counted 0-2 for Drew Houchin.
91-mile-an-hour heater off the hand of Brett Brown. 0-2 the count to Houchin. From the windup.
The 0-2 swung on again, foul off the first base side. Michael, this was in going back to Brown and Sinton, a team that really had a great playoff run this year as they battled Rio Hondo, Cuero, Robstown, and then finally lost there to Liberty Hill. But what a season for Sinton.
You run into Liberty Hill, that team's just a juggernaut, year in, year out.
The 0-2 pitch on the way. Got the corner for the strikeout looking.
Yeah, he dropped that off-speed changeup in on that outside corner and froze Houchin to get the strikeout.
11 in a row now for the All-Star South as it will bring up Krawitz. Pitch on the way. Krawitz to the inside. And Krawitz will take the first one for a strike. 0-1 on Krawitz.
Chuck interviewed him earlier, Johnny Kravitz.
Into the back of the net. 0-2 count. Kravitz 0-2. Brown's next right-handed delivery brought the heat. Swing and a miss for the third and final out unbelievable pitching continues for Brown here in this ball game, and for the South, taking care of business on the defensive side of things as we are through 5.5, bottom of the 6th coming up, another 3 up, 3 down inning. Man, despite just a little hiccup there in the first, almost close to having, a no-hitter or a perfect game if you wanted to look at it that way. Well, again, friends, thanks for joining us. So I wanted to go over some more of those sponsors for making these broadcasts possible today here on SHN Sports. Ida Edwards Realtor. For all of your real estate needs in Central Texas, Ida Edwards knows the Austin real estate market since 1975. She's helped countless buyers and sellers reach successful results. She's seen all of the industry's ups and downs, especially here in the Central Texas area. She's learned volumes every step of the way going through those situations. There isn't a challenge in real estate that this veteran hasn't encountered and overcome. Ida will put that knowledge and experience to work for you for a legacy you can count on. Give Ida a call today. You can find her phone number and more online at idaedwards.com. That's IDA Edwards.com. Thank you, Miss Edwards. We sincerely appreciate your generous support. She's supported so much through Georgetown Eagle baseball playoffs and now here in these 2 All-Star games. Thank you, Ida. We also want to thank Mahan Roofing, Jesse Mahan from Mahan Home and Commercial Services. For all of your roofing needs, a veteran-owned and operated company that is committed to outstanding customer service and doing what is right. For more information, visit them online at mahanhcs.com. That's MAHANHCS.com. That's Ty Tilson's stepfather, I believe, Jesse Mahan. Ty, of course, played for Gateway last year and then got back here to the state with Georgetown this year. Thank you, Jesse Mahan. As we start things here in the bottom of the 6th inning, South now back at bat. Dickens still on the mound. The first pitch across the plate for a strike. And the early count here, 0-1, as we are 4th in the order.
Got Peyton Powell.
Yep, Peyton Powell. Actually, we are, 4th in the order. Powell and an 0-1 count. Port shows 1-0. Dickens' next right-handed delivery. Tried to break but didn't drop fast enough. The count even at 1 ball and 1 strike on no outs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1. Missed that first one. 2-1 pitch on the way.
That hit him.
And the tattoo shop finally opens for the first time this afternoon on the hit by pitch. Take a look at that one on a replay.
Trilicek.
Rhett Trilicek, right-handed batter. Guess those numbers were wrong on there. Runner trying to get back over to first and safe in time. It was a wild pitch. Luckily the catcher there able to make that throw and tried to get the runner out.
Surprised he came back in standing up. That almost got him out.
Yeah, Powell was halfway down the line, had to come back. Ooh, next pitch, and that on the top of the helmet. That's why you wear the helmet. My goodness, you could hear the ding here in the press box. Look at that one on a replay. So back-to-back hit by pitches will put runners on 1 and 2 now for the All-Star South, leading 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Dickens trying to throw the curveball, and it stayed up. It didn't break, and got him in the head. Trilicek will advance down to first. As you mentioned, back-to-back hit batsman.
Should bring up Caleb Hill here. Caleb Hill, a left-handed batter. Runners on 1 and 2. Powell over at second. Trilicek at first. Dickens, right-hand delivery. Swung on. This one foul. As, boy, it almost hit some fans there next to the south dugout. They had to move out of the way. Count 0-1 on the foul ball by Hill. Next delivery. Away for a ball. The count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dickens' next pitch. Drop outside for a ball. 2-1 the count. Chuck Cracy is over in the north dugout now, getting to walk around back and forth. We'll send it down to him here in just a minute. 2-1 count. This one swung hard over to right, and the right fielder able to make the grab. Runner over at second, advances over to third with runners now on the hot corner. It is Powell over at third in that hot corner. Trilicek will stay at first. Gonzalez with the first out. It'll bring up Kaliba, I believe, here, 7th in the order. Or no? It's the pitcher, Brown. Beg your pardon. First one for a strike on Brown. 0-1 count. Again, runners at 1 and 3 for the All-Star South. Runner will take off over to second, trying to steal in plenty of time. Easy, able to get over there, and we'll check over at second. Brown an even count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. Just away for a ball, 2-1.
Yeah, as we're finding out, it's very relaxed, and they're moving people in and out of the lineup.
I was about to say, we're starting to get pretty relaxed up here, too. 2-1 to the outside for another ball. Brings the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. A lot of options here for Brown.
Brown, another one of those who throws right, bats left.
Dickens' pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Brings it to a full count at 3-2.
I don't know. Judging by that swing right there, I might think that he's a switch hitter.
Three-two pitch on the way. And a strikeout swinging for the second out. Now it's Kaliba, if I'm not mistaken.
That is Kaliba.
So we'll kind of bounce back and forth here a little bit.
Kaliba, the first run to come across for the South.
I'm not even going to show my score sheet at the end of this game. Pitch on the way to the right-handed batter. Kaliba in the zone for a strike. The early count 0-1 on 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, with the South leading 3-0. Runners on 2 and 3. Dickens' next right-hand pitch. This one swung on foul into the back of the net. 0-2.
Good thing that net was there. I was thinking it might come up here in the box with us.
Well, the box that we were in for the Georgetown, Nathan pointed out there was actually 3 holes in the drywall where it actually lined through there and hit the wall. None up here. The 0-2 chopped over to catcher. Going to try to throw to first in time, and a great play, and the third and final out. What a job there by the catcher over the first base to get the runner out and preserve any runs from coming in. 3-0 the lead, bottom of the 6th as we move to the top of the 7th. The North trying to answer. They would love to put some in here in this ball game. So far, though, and not able to take care of business yet. As we thank some more of our sponsors, Texas Sports Monthly. Appreciate Russell Dowden and all that he does. Texas Sports Monthly, your premier updated magazine, every month putting out content with not only high school and college information, but professionals as well. Texas Sports Monthly. Thank you to Russell Dowden and all of your generous support. Texas Sports Monthly. As we also want to make sure that we thank again the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Joshua Harris. The Oak Ridge Disciple House, a faith-based Christian character building ministry, 501c3 nonprofit, helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, Oak Ridge can help. Find that light at the end of the tunnel. Make sure to check them out online, oakridgedisciplehouse.com. THSBCA.com.
You know, what an outstanding organization and Josh Harris runs over there. Great man in himself. Josh, he sponsors many SHN broadcasts and just an outstanding individual. If you ever get the opportunity to meet this man, you're going to see the best of Christian people in Josh Harris. Generous, kind, and very thoughtful Christian man.
Well, Seth Smith now, the pitcher. I couldn't agree more, Michael. Seth Smith, the pitcher now on the hill from Carthage High School. Head coach John Goodwin.
And just one other thing about Josh. If you ask him to pray, he's going to break down right there with you, and he's going to pray.
Starting things will be Dickens here for the North.
Batting ninth in the order.
Yeah, my score sheet must be way messed up because I have him as fourth.
Well, he is, but the North has one less batter than the other team does, so they've kind of
adjusted it.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So the next pitch to Dickens in the zone for a strike, 0-2.
Seth Smith on the hill for the South.
Next delivery to the outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, the order, I've gotten so much out of order, it doesn't matter at this point.
I've given up on the lineup part. I'm just following
the players.
Bats. So.
1-2 here for Dickens. This one popped way foul, and that's why you put that unbreakable glass up there on those sweet seats. 1-2 the count remains. The battle starts here for Dickens.
Smith, a right-handed pitcher, pitching from the windup.
His next delivery on the way to the outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's thrown several curveballs in this at-bat.
Trying to go for lucky 13 in a row here now as the All-Star South, as they have retired 12 in a row. The next one hit foul as well. The battle continues here for Chris Dickens in a 2-2 count. Smith's next delivery on the way. This one chopped over to the second baseman. And after a little bit of fumbling, able to throw it over to his first baseman for the first out. 13 in a row. You can get past 13 now, Michael. And now we can look at 14 in a row. That 13's always a scary. You know, a lot of elevators don't even have 13 on it.
That's true.
I got in an elevator once that had a 13th floor. I said, I'm not going anywhere near that.
Hotels pretty much exclusively do not have a 13th floor.
This hotel did, and I was surprised. Next at bat here is Parker McGrew. This one pops up foul off the first base line. The early count 0-1.
McGrew out of Munster, Texas.
Munster, Texas.
Head coach Josh Wheeler. The 1-1 pitch down and away for ball 2.
2-1 the count here on McGrew as we're 1 away in the top of the 7th inning. Next pitch, break in the zone for a strike. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on. 2-2 on the way. We'll have Chuck Crazy here in just a few moments after this bat. The count at 2-2.
Full count.
Or actually full count now. Beg your pardon. 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way off the right arm. This one fouled up and way over our heads. Battle starting here for McGrew.
And I was hoping to get me a souvenir with that one.
Yeah, I don't know. In the All-Star game, here at the Dell Diamond, I would assume maybe you get to keep the ball.
They did during the state tournament.
Next pitch, low and outside, and he'll reach on a walk. So after 13 in a row retired by the South, they will now be a man on base. Chuck Cracy is down there in the dugout of the North team. Chuck, down to you.
Hey, Rob, I'm here with Chris Dickens from Iowa Park High School. Chris, talk about what it means to you to be picked for the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game.
It's a great honor to be picked. This game's surrounded by nothing but good athletes, and I'm just glad to have the chance to come out and play.
Now, you had a pretty good outing there on the mound, 2 scoreless innings, and it's been a pretty good pitcher's duel. What is your team going to have to do at the plate to dig this one out?
Just have great at-bats. We're swinging at not-so-good pitches, and we're just going to piece some at-bats together and get some runs across.
Okay, now for your future, Chris, what does your future hold?
I'll attend Seminole State to play baseball, and then I'll study kinesiology.
Good luck to you, Chris. Thanks
Right.
for the interview. Back to you, Rob.
Appreciate it, Chuck. As I believe that was Joshua Dyer just getting that hit moments ago over to first, and the runner, though, was out over at second. So 2 away, Dyer with the single over at – well, that wasn't a hit. He reached on a fielder's choice. Sorry.
Fielder's choice.
I forgot that other gentleman was out, so Dyer reached on the fielder's choice. And now at bat is Hayden Vanderroest. Count here 1-1. Next pitch in the zone for a strike, 1-2. Yeah, I'm really enjoying those interviews down there with some of these kids. Pretty awesome to be able to get that coverage. Appreciate Chuck being down there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch too high upstairs, evens the count at 2-2 on 2 outs. Vanderroest trying to get his team in this game, but so far it has been all South leading 3-0. Vanderroest will hit this one over to right. And in foul territory, catch not able to be made. The battle will start here for Vanderroest on a 2-2 count. A bit different setting here than on Saturday, as this place was packed. The sea of blue in the state championship game in 5A. Georgetown here on a wild pitch. Advances runner over to second. Yeah, talking about that, Georgetown has this stadium's record for the state championship, but they didn't break it. They set that record in 2015. They had over 8,300 fans here just in that game on last Saturday, around 7,500 or so. So they were just shy of matching that all-time record. Payoff pitch, this one right up the middle. And that'll be a base hit. Runner going to try to come around and score. Will he get there in time? Yes, he will. So a single, and then runner will advance over to second. We'll look at that one on the replay. Well, finally getting on the board. And that'll bring up number 6.
Vito Prieto. So Vanderroest with the single, and then he heads to second base on the throw home.
First pitch to Prieto is outside for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch to Prieto. This one over to left. Will it drop? Yes, it will. Prieto brings in another run, heading over to second, and a stand-up double brings in the RBI. Cook them steaks, baby, as it is 3-2. The North trying to make a comeback into this game here in the top of this 7th inning. Getting a little interesting now, Mr. Francis.
It is. North climbing back in this one. Smith from the stretch. The fastball in for a strike.
Braxton Hacker. So an opportunity to tie this a ball game up here in the top of the 7th. This is a final opportunity, and they're making the best of it here in this inning. Next pitch in for a strike.
0-2.
0-2 count here. Making it a little bit interesting, but right now it's all on Braxton Hacker. Next delivery, Hacker swing and a miss, and that will do it. Well, a nice effort there by the All-Star North as they were shut out through 6 innings, picking up 2 runs here in this. And I guess, Chuck, I'm going to send it down to you. Are we going 9 innings here in these All-Star games, or are they just going to let them play the full 2.5 hours?
You know, Rob, I haven't been told either way, but my assumption would be that they would play a full 9 based on the number of players on the roster. But each pitcher so far has pitched 2 innings, and there's only 4 pitchers on each team, so maybe they're playing 8.
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you could get some clarification, maybe if there's any coaches around, you maybe ask them that, and then we'll check back in with you.
They're going to play 9, Rob.
They're playing 9. Okay, appreciate that. Well, normally at the high school level, it is 7 innings, with the run rule, of course, after 5 if you're leading by 10 runs. But they're going to let them go 9 innings here. New pitcher on the mound now is Justin Lambright for the South. Justin Lambright. I don't see him on this other. Actually, he's here. I was looking at the wrong one. Justin Lambright from Trenton High School. Brent Cranford, his head coach. What has turned out to be a beautiful afternoon here in Central Texas. Again, thanks for joining us, friends. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Have a new catcher also, Rob. Travier Moore behind the plate.
This broadcast today brought to you in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair for all of your screen, cell phone, tablets, even computers. A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair now offering computer repair services. Can take care of all of your needs. Located in Georgetown. Check them out online at a1phonerepairs.com. That's a1phonerepairs.com. Thank you for your generous support. We also want to thank Baseball Velocity School for coming on as a sponsor here for these 2 All-Star games. Baseball Velocity School doing work with a lot of high schoolers throughout this Central Texas area. Austin area premier player development facility now offering a limited time 50% off, and that is a lot, Michael, 50% off hitting and pitching velocity assessment, specializing in helping middle school and high school players safely throw harder and hit harder in our all-indoor air-conditioned facility. Check out programs and information, baseballvelocityschool.com. I wonder if that's open to adults. That'd be kind of fun to go out there and hit around too. I can't swing a golf club, much less a baseball bat, but it'd still be a lot of fun, man. Well, back to the South we go. At bat, the first pitch on the way by Lambright is out of the area. Hit foul for a strike. 0-1 early count here as we go back to Douglas Hodo, I believe, Michael?
It could be.
Or is that Zach Coons? We'll know after the second batter. Swung on foul here off the third base line, the early count 0-2. Appreciate Wally helping us as well, not only running that camera, but kind of guiding us through some of these
I believe it is
names
Holdo,
as well.
Or Hodo.
Next pitch, a ball, 1-2 count. It is Coons, according to the PA.
Okay.
So count it 1-2 on Coons. That's who I had in my lineup here, although I haven't been following that. 1-2 pitch. And the check over to the first base umpire said, nope, it was a strike swinging. And they were 1 away here. We go back to the top of the order. It is Eli. Luke Eli. Left-handed batter. Lambright's first pitch on the way to Eli. Nice pitch as it clips the corner for a strike. 0-1. Next pitch for a strike. 0-2. We'll have Chuck Crazy down there in just a minute as he is in the north dugout. Did he swing on that one, Michael? I didn't catch
called
it.
strike.
It's called strike. So back-to-back strikeouts here. Chuck Cracy, we'll send it down to you.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with Coach Presley, a member of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Coach, you coached at Odessa High and Odessa College. How many years experience you have coaching baseball?
24.
How many?
24.
24 years as a head manager. You're an honorary coach here today. Talk about what the Texas High School Coaches Association, Baseball Coaches Association means.
Well, it's really good to me. I stayed out of baseball about 30 years, and they got me in the Hall of Fame, so I got real active the last 3 years over here, and I'll be back next year.
You're coming back for the All-Star game again next year?
I'm just 95, so I got 2 or 3 more years left.
Oh, easily 2 or 3 more years. I'd say you're definitely got the energy of someone 30, 40 years younger.
Yeah, well, I enjoy every day of it, and I enjoy being around these kids and I like to watch them play. And like I say, I will be back next year.
Yeah, it is a big responsibility guiding these kids as they grow and become young men. What does that mean to you as
A lot. I coached some pretty good kids, and we never have a losing year in 24 years. And we won 1 championship in state, and been down to Austin about 3 or 4 times, and never have been finished below second. All of our kids have been real good players and real good citizens.
Well, Coach, that it's really an honor to meet you, first of all, and secondly, it's impressive to folks like me, guys who played many years ago. The coaches in their life have a big influence.
I played in this park in a long time, playing pro ball in Austin and all them. I was playing up Greenville.
Okay.
And we had Austin in the league.
We do appreciate your time, Coach Presley. Thank you very much. Back to you, Rob.
All right, appreciate that. What an awesome interview down there with Coach Presley. 95 years old and still out here enjoying the game. Just moments ago, the triple over to third base. I believe, who was that, Graves? Or it was
Eddie
Kazanet? So Kazanet over to third on that triple for the All-Star South. Thank you, Chuck, for that interview. He hit that one right over to left. You saw it on your video as we switched over to that during that interview. Calden Livingston, right-handed batter. Pitch too close to the inside. 1 ball, no strikes. We are 2 outs here in the bottom of this 7th inning. 2019 THSBCA All-Star Game. Next delivery, again too close to the inside. 2-0 early count.
Lambright, a soft-throwing pitcher, but very effective. His fastball tops out at 83.
Next pitch, this one right over to Lambright as it hops on the mound. He will gingerly throw a little dip over to first base, and that'll do it for the 3rd and final out. No runs, hits, or errors, 1 left on base as we are through 7 innings. Top of the 8th coming up. Been a fun one so far. Again, thanks for joining us for the 2019 Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Games right here on SHN Sports. We are live from the Dell Diamond on an cloudy, partly cloudy afternoon here in Round Rock, Texas. As we will start things again in the top of the 8th, the North back at bat, trailing 3-2. Still some opportunities here. And Seth Smith will remain on the hill. Or no, beg your pardon, it's not Seth Smith. It is
maybe
number 18.
Maybe Parker.
Maybe
Moy.
Parker Moy. I thought I saw a 10 down there, but it's an 18. So according to the numbers in the roster, that may be, again, Parker Moy on the mound for the All-Star South. With that 3-2 lead, he'll try to protect it here in the top of this 8th inning. Again, want to thank some more of our sponsors, Georgetown Jewelry, Ricky Poe, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center. For all your jewelry needs, Ricky Poe will take excellent care of you. Check him out online at georgetownjewelry.com. Also want to thank Bob Holt, the author of the book Cowboy. You can pick it up in Georgetown at Lark and Owl Booksellers, located on the square. Again, that book, Cowboy. Bob Holt actually winning an award for that book here recently. His just an awesome author and finally getting to dig into what he really loves, which is writing. He's been a consultant for many years and now enjoying his passion in writing. So appreciate you, Bob. Thank you for your generous support of your sponsorship here in this game, making this possible for us. Once again, for those of you on the YouTube stream, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Very simple to do. Just hit subscribe. If you want to know when we go live or when we upload content, also hit that notifications button. Your support generously helps us, and those sponsors do matter. We got to 1,000 sponsors through this championship weekend, last weekend. That allowed us, it opens up features, Michael, that allowed us to be able to go live from mobile now, which is a very valuable feature that we needed here on SHN. So thank you for that.
Drew McNeil.
So McNeil will lead off to start things here in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch out of his reach for a ball. The early count 1-0 on McNeil. Next one off the third base line is foul. 0-2 count. Drew McNeil, the left-handed batter. Moy's right-handed delivery on the way. Good pitch back across for a strike. Count at 1-2. Next pitch swung on late to stay alive. Off the third base line, foul. Count remains 1-2. Battle begins for McNeil. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strikeout swinging, one away here in the top of the 8th.
McNeil chasing that outside fastball.
Brings up Jaden Morgan, another left-handed batter. First pitch high and outside away from him. Early count 1-0 on Morgan. Next pitch caught the corner in the zone for a strike. 1-1. Aces across the board here, Michael. Nobody on. One over to center. And this one will drop after the center fielder takes about 15 steps in front of him, runs to the ball for the second out.
That's 2 quick outs.
2 up, 2 down will bring up 29, Trevier Moore. Back to a right-handed batter, Michael.
Can you believe we're almost through 8 innings?
Don't seem like it.
In less than 2 hours.
Good changeup pitch here. Came back across in the zone for a strike, 0-1. Well, a lot of that was due to the south pitching, where we just had constant 3 up, 3 downs. And, again, we resume that right here. Next pitch. Oh, hit by a pitch. Open up the tattoo shop again. And that will advance Trevier Moore on a 2-out hit by pitch over to first. It's a third hit by pitch we've seen in this ball game. It'll bring up Ryan Gully, right-handed batter. Ryan Gully for the All-Star North. Ryan Gully from Wall High School. Jason Schreiner's his head coach.
Drew Houchin, courtesy running for the catcher.
Pitch on the way. Swung on over to right. This one lines to the right fielder for the third and final out. In this inning, no runs, hits, errors, 1 left on base. South holding on to that 3-2 lead. They'll try to add some insurance papers here in the bottom of the 8th, as we will go 9 innings or 2.5 hours, whichever comes first. I'm sure if we get close and we're at the 9th, they'll let them finish. But you got to be careful here at this ballpark. A lot of scheduling, so they got to make sure that they run these games as they should. Chuck Cracy is back over in the south dugout. Chuck, how are things down there in that dugout, buddy?
The South is feeling pretty confident over here. They got a 3-2 lead. Moy on the mound pitching pretty well. There were a lot of relaxed players over here, confident.
I'm sure we'll be able to get a few more interviews before too long.
Let's try one now.
Yep, here we go.
What's your first name? Rowan Moore. Here, you're going to be interviewed. Are you there, Rob?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here with Rowan Moy. He was just on the mound and doing a little batting here for the South. Talk about what it means to you to be part of the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game.
It means a lot because I know of all the talent that's come through here and just the people that have gone through to the pros and higher level. It means a lot to follow in their footsteps.
Now, I assume that you're going to be on the mound here as we finish out the ball game in a closer's role. What do you got to do here to hang on to this 3-2 lead?
Just those strikes, let my infield, outfield do the work and just give them infield ground balls, outfield pop flies, let them do their job. They're the best.
It'd be nice to have a couple of insurance runs here too, right?
Yes, sir, it would.
Now, what are you going to do next year?
I'm going to go pitch at Dallas Baptist University.
Awesome. I actually know a kid's going to play basketball there. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you, Rob.
Thank you for that interview, Chuck. As always, you do such a fine job.
Thank you, Michael.
We'll start things here with Price, I believe, here in the bottom of the 8th inning for the All-Star South team. First pitch is swung on and hit foul off the first base side. For Hobbs Price. 0-1 early count. Next one, a base hit over to right field. Good hit there by Hobbs Price with the leadoff single. The All-Star South leading 3-2. Trying to add those insurance papers, Michael, here in the bottom of this 8th inning. Bring up Luke Alvis, number 34. From Wooden High School under head coach Brad Stevens. Right-handed batter. First pitch on the way. Another base hit, this time over to left field. Runners at 1 and 2. Back-to-back hits for the All-Star South. Take a look at that one on the replay. It was a good hit. Bring up Cross Gonzalez there on the replay. You can see that hit just a few moments ago. Well, can Cross Gonzalez go for the trifecta? Back-to-back-to-back hits here for the All-Star South. Said they needed to add some insurance papers. Pitch on the way. This one close to the inside. Early count 1-0. Worked with Dennis Allman during the playoff run. He calls it the add-on runs. I always call it the insurance papers. You know, Terrell Owens and this one popped up, though. It will not be. Well, maybe. Will it drop? No, the right fielder able to make the grab. Runners, though, will advance. No, they'll stay where they're at, Michael.
Yeah, not deep enough to advance the runners on the sacrifice. So there will be no sacrifice as he flies out to right.
I was talking about Terrell Owens, you know, back in the day saying get your popcorn ready, and then, I don't know, 2 years ago, I just said get your insurance papers ready, and it kind of stuck.
Well, you always hear it, all right, at least I always hear it called add a little insurance. That's what I've always referred to it as myself. So I'm right there with you, Rob.
Pitch on the way. Low in the dirt, runners will stay. And Dylan Toit, I believe.
No,
this is a different batter. Can't see that number back there.
number 1.
And then it's Holden Lauer. Pitch on the way to Lauer. Late called strike. 1-1 even count on Lauer. One pitch. Lauer hits it hard over to left. This one will drop. And that should add some insurance here for the All-Star South as a run will come in and score. An RBI double for Lauer.
Lambright had an effective 7th inning, facing only 4, striking out 2. He gave up 1 triple, 1 hit, but here in the 8th, he's given up 3 hits. 2 singles and a double. An RBI.
Runners on 2 and 3 now for the All-Star South. We'll bring up Zach Coons. First pitch on the way. Had to inchworm. It's too close at his waistline. The count 1-0 on Coons. Next delivery again, too close inside. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 away. The South leading 4-2 as they've added an insurance paper here in the bottom of this 8th inning. Two-0 pitch. Look close, called a strike. 2-1.
Nice slider across the inside part of the plate for a called strike.
Well, Coons is leaning a little bit over home. The next pitch on the way. He'll swing and miss on this one to bring it to an even count at 2-2.
Lambright goes right back with that slider. Get that second strike.
2-2 pitch on the way. This one is fair off the third base line as it rolls. That'll bring in 2 more runs for Coons, and he will stand tall at second. 2 RBI double, and a great job by Coons, and the South adding the insurance papers, now leading in this ball game. They've had the lead the entire game, but now I don't know if that scoreboard is right. 7-2.
I got 6.
No, it's 6-2. Yeah, they put 4 runs up there. 6-2 the score.
Back-to-back doubles given up by Lambright here in the bottom of the 8th.
Not sure if this is Eddie Colson sit here. I'm not sure.
I think it's
Or is
Cade
it
Graves.
Cade Graves? It may be Cade Graves.
So I think that's Hodo on second base.
Pitch on the way to Graves. Swung hard, hit foul off the first base line. The count even at 1-1. Only 1 out here, 6-2 the score. Next pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Again, friends, thanks for joining us on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with the latest here on SHN Sports. Next pitch, swung on and missed. And a runner over to third base. 2 away. And at 2.5 hours,
And we hit 2.5.
they may just call the game here. Chuck, is that what's happening? Do they call the game?
It's 2 hours. 2-hour time limit.
Yeah, that's what happened, Rob.
So
They've called the game here.
We're at noon, so it's got to be a 2-hour time limit.
Yep, 2-hour time limit. High noon we are. Appreciate you joining us here as the All-Star South will win 6-2. Just a great day for baseball, Michael. What a joy to call that. I know a little bit tough there because of the rosters and just some of the lineups, but you know what? We're up here having fun. I hope that the folks back watching were able to follow through this one, and more importantly, you know, these kids having some lasting memories here today, playing at the Dell Diamond, and then also being able to go back and watch it here.
Yeah, it's exciting. As a young man, remember my days in high school and getting to go play somewhere where we normally never got to play is really exciting, especially when you get to come to a professional level ballpark and get to play. And that's outstanding and what a wonderful experience for these young men, and a good relaxed atmosphere. to play some baseball here at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas.
Well, friends, on this stream, you'll have to disconnect, but we will be back on here in about 45 minutes for the 5A, 6A All-Star Game. So make sure to keep it right here on SHN Sports. Well, not right here. You'll have to disconnect from this one, but make sure you go to our YouTube page. If you're subscribed and you have notifications enabled, you'll get notified as soon as we go live for that 5A and 6A game. One final time before we sign off, thank you to A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair, Baseball Velocity School, Bob Holt, author of the book Cowboy, Georgetown Jewelry, Ida Edwards Realtor, Mahan Roofing, Texas Sports Monthly, the Oak Ridge Disciple House, and also Dr. Paul Berg Family Medicine. We appreciate your generous support. Chuck, I'll send it down to you very quickly. Final comments before we close this one out and get ready for the next game.
Well, you know, a pretty good game, competitive by both sides. We saw a lot of good pitching. We saw a lot of good talent that's going to the next level. We got to talk to a few of them. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to a few more here in the next 5A, 6A game. But it was a good ball game here, and I'm glad to be a part of getting to promote all of these guys in the smaller divisions here in the University Interscholastic League here in the state of Texas.
Chuck, appreciate you. We'll talk to you again coming up in that second game that we'll have again here in just a little bit. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, appreciate everybody joining us here this afternoon. And, hey, by the way, if there's any schools out there that are hearing this and you said, man, I wish we could have a broadcast during the regular season, we can make that happen here on SHN Sports. Very simple. Go to shnsports.com/box. That's shnsports.com/box. For more information on the SHN Sports Broadcast in a Box, you can broadcast your games to all of your fans. We make it simple, affordable, and a way to raise money for your booster club. Again, shnsports.com/box. For Michael Francis, Nathan Height, Wally Harmon, Mickey Holden, Chuck Cracy, I'm Rob Hipp. One more time, your All-Star South victorious 6-2. Thanks for joining us for the 2019 Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Games. We'll be back on here in about 40 minutes. As I end every broadcast reminding you we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, friends. Provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. We will see you back here in a little bit. Good afternoon and God bless from Round Rock, Texas.